Hey guys, welcome back to Thorough Capping. I'm here to present the recap and results from the Del Mar. Hopefully, those of you that are viewing this had an opportunity to look at the Del Mar analysis that I put on last night. They were on two separate videos. Video 1 was races 1 through 5, and video 2 was races 6 through 8. Now, I'm happy to say that I no longer fear the West Coast, simply because of the organization that this particular TC rating chart allows me to have. I mean, I'm not saying that I've had terrible results in the past at Del Mar and Santa Anita, but I was always looking at a bunch of numbers over here, and there's certain tracks where I feel comfortable just taking my target horse and using the target horse on top, and so don't get me wrong, that with using just the matrix factors, but at the same time, figuring out how to organize it and adding these formulas in to do the work for you has seemed to really help a lot consistently over the course of the last week and a half or so, and not just here, but Saratoga. I've had some success with it at Woodbine, and I've posted results up for all of them. But let's take a look at Del Mar today. Race number 1. Our grid came out to the 3491 in that particular order of rating. Okay, but as we talked about many times now, we're not relying religiously on this to pick us out the winner, the second place, the third, and the fourth. This is sorting out the 4 horses that we feel, based on the work that we did here and here, that have the best shot at winning the race. To put it as simply as possible. Now it's your job to go from there and look for value for your win plays and figure out how you're going to structure your tickets, where you're also maybe using some of these other horses in the back ends of trifectas and superfectas, and maybe even throwing one in an exacta in the bottom half of an exacta based on what you see over here. So, for example, you have a 2-horse, the ability horse here, who is also the best speed cumulative, finishes second in this race. We had the winner with number 4, paid $620, but we didn't have the second place when we relied solely on the TC rating. But yet the matrix side of the grid told us that this may be a horse that we want to use simply because of those 2 factors. And that's the beauty of it, where you and I might have the same exact data here, but at the same time make 2 totally different wagers. Simply because one of us may spend more time dissecting this side of the grid, seeing a horse that's maybe 1 point away from being out of the blue and figuring out, well, is this horse over here standing out anywhere, and throwing him in where I might not throw him in. And you get the victory, or you get the win. You're holding the winning ticket, and I'm not. Okay, so this race came out 4, 2, 1, and 3. All right, so we had 3 of the 4, but at the same time, it was broken up by the 2-horse with a $620 payout. The second race was the maiden race, and I got to give some props to viewer, follower Clinton, who had put a comment into the video, if anybody saw it, and handicapping based on pedigree and based on connections. He came up with the 247, and the 4-horse did win that race. And if I remember correctly, I think maybe he might have hit the exacta there. I know he had said 247. I think the 9 might have got second. Yeah, the 9 got second there, 492. But I did play that in I played something. I don't want to show you my plays until the end. I want to show you my results in the end, but we'll get back to that. We'll remember that as race number 2, and we move on to race 3 here. 3 was the short field, 5 horses. 3-horse ended up winning the race, paying $620. We had 1-4-3, and in race 3 came out 315. So we had the exact. The exact only paid $6. Like I said, it was a 5-horse field. So it was 3-1-5. So 3 won the race. The 1 got second, and the 5 got third. In race 4. Race 4 was the only race that the winner was not reflected in the thorough capping ratings, TC ratings. But again, when you look over here, you look and you see that this 8-horse had the top final fraction rating off the last race, but did not show enough elsewhere to boost himself up to a 83.5 or higher, where the 4-horse. This race came out 8-6. We didn't have the exact in this race either. 4-5, and we'll take a look at the result here. 8-6-4-5. The 8 was 5-2, second choice. So that's a race that we kind of spit the bid on. But when we move on from there, everything goes downhill from there, or uphill, or whatever you want to call it. But this next race, the race 5, came out 4-9. We did not have the 9. The 9 was a toss. The 4-horse won, though, was a 14-20 winner. The 11 got third, and the 3 got fourth. So the only thing we were able to dig out of that race was the 4-horse, who was the drop-down speed in the race, as we identified here. And he did win the race on the front. And he shows the top TC rating as well at a nice price, 6-1, almost 7-1, pays 14.20. Okay, race number 6. Race number 6 produced a $21.20 winner. Third in the TC ratings, the 11-horse. We missed the exacta. Okay, the 1-horse grabbed second, and the 8-horse grabbed third. Now, the 1-horse ended up going off as the favorite in the race, and he was getting bet heavily throughout. And that's what the beauty of having your handicapping done the night before. You get an opportunity to, between races, take a look and see what's going on the tote board, what's the public doing. You could back check some things in the past performances. Not that I like to do that, because I don't like to second guess myself. But what I did was I did play a ticket where I had to try in this race. I put the 1-horse in second, and I'm going to show you my tickets in the end. I put all 4 of my contenders, 3, 6, 8, 11, over the 1, over the 3, 6, 8, 11, because the 1 was like going off at like 7-5, and he was like pinned at 7-5 for most of the time. The 20 minutes between the race, he never lost favoritism. So I figured I had to play a ticket with that horse. Now, the only thing that I regretted was I put the money, my win money, on the 6-horse in that race, being the target, top TC rating. And at the time when I put the win bet in, the 6 was actually at higher odds than the 11. And then they flip-flopped. When the race went off, the 11 actually went off at 9-1. And the 6, I think, got bet down to 5-1 or 6-1. But my win money was on the 6, and the 11-horse wins the race, and it pays $21.20. So there was a $21.20 winner there. We'll take a look at that. Race 6. Came out 11-1-8. That try for $1 paid $142.30. Exacta paid $37 with the 1 in there. But the winner was $21.20. Okay, we go to the 7th race at Del Mar. Okay, seventh race, we had the 3, 6, and the 1. After we eliminated the 3 horses, the 2, 4, and the 7, I was left with 4 horses. And instead of ranking all 4, I put 3, 6, and 1. And we actually did get the exacta and try out of our ratings. The race did come out 6-1-3. And the 3-horse was actually a heavy favorite. And was upset by the 6 and the 1, both. 6-1-3. Even though it didn't really boost very much here unless you're playing $5 exactas or whatever. But at the same time, the 6 and the 1 did show, or did did run well. And if you look over here, the 6 horse was indeed the target horse in the race, and the 1 horse was indeed the top final fraction in the race. And that's why I said sometimes it's vital to look over here as well, even though we did have them ranked 1, 2, and 3 over here. And then finally, race 8 at Del Mar, we had a 12 horse field. We had 11, 10, 8, 9. The 11 did win the race. Okay, the 11 won the race. He was our target horse. He was also our top final fraction horse. Top point getter, paid $16.40. And we also had the exacta and the try, just in our numbers alone. And when we look at those results there, I don't know why the results are still pending, but give me a second here. Okay, here we go. I pulled up my actual account, and as you can see, I did have the trifecta in this race. I put the 11 on top of the 5, 8, 9, 10 over the 5, 8, 9, 10. And we got the 11, 9, 8 exacta. Now, here's where I was foolish. We got the $137 try for the 50-cent trifecta, spending only $6. I did have 5 to win on the 11, so I picked up another 41. But in my super, I was trying to find a way, because it was a 12-horse field, I was trying to find a way to include the 2-horse and the 6-horse as well. And for now, right now, I can't figure out why. I guess I was just going down the ladder here as far as I did not include the 5 in my super, and the 10-cent super ended up paying $179.25. But the 11 horse did win. Now, I played a horse 20s today, and going into this final race, I was in 8th place. But I was the only one out of the contestants above me that had the 11 horse. So I needed the 11 for a shot at winning. Well, sure enough, the guy that was in first at the time had the 9 horse, and that's $760 and $480 to place and show was enough to keep him ahead. And if you look here, I ended up finished second by 20 cents. All right, and 20 cents made a difference between a 702 first place, $702 opposed to $280. I mean, I'll take it, but at the same time, that 11 did me wonders by bumping me up into second place, because I was in 8th place at the time, and who knows, if that 11 runs out of the race, I'd probably drop down somewhere down here, and I'm looking at collecting about $26. But here's my other winners today, starting in race 1. I did have the superfecta in race 1, 10-cent supers, 4213. Paid $89.49. And we look at the grid again, 4213. Four. I did include the 2 in there because he was the 5th in ratings, and he was also the top speed cume and tied for ability. So I ended up playing structure-wise 5 horses in second place. Let me go back to that sheet. 3-4 over to 1-2-3-4-9, 1-2-3-4-9, 1-2-3-4-8-9. Ticket cost me $7.20. I got $89.49 for that. I did pass on wagering on the second race. I thought I played that second race, but I didn't. I passed on the third because of the short field. The 4th race was the only race that we didn't hit. 5th I didn't play, or the 5th I might have played and lost. And then because we didn't have the second place horse in the 5th. And then the 6th race, that was the race where I said I used that 1 in second. 3-6-8-11 over 1 over 3-6-8-11. 50-cent try cost me $6. I got $71 for the 50-cent try there. And then the 8th race with that 11. I had 5 to win on the 11, got $41 for it. And then I ended up hitting that trifecta for another $6 ticket with the 11 on top. 11.98 got me $137.95. But at the same time, this a 9 horse finishing in second helped this guy that was on top here maintain that lead by 20 cents. And we're looking at a difference of $420 there. $422. But it is what it is. But like I said, I think that the today was successful with these TC ratings out on the West Coast. I am doing Saratoga. I am like 7 races in right now for tomorrow. I will put a video up tonight breaking down all 10 races at Saratoga. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later.